will now hand over to Celia to present the talk.
Very good. Celia. Would you like to introduce again the...
Thank you. Thank you very much for making space for that. So before we begin with the presentation, I would just like to acknowledge that we're coming to you here on these lands from the unceded lands of the Gubbi Gubbi people in southeast Queensland, and would like to acknowledge elders past, present and emerging, and all First Nation peoples who may be joining us today in the audience, and honour their ancestors and lands and waters. Thank you. And yes, would love to see your presentation. Really exciting to have Celia and their group with us today to talk about the work that they've been doing. Yes, please start the presentation. Thank you very much, Hugo and Celia.
Thank you very much for you to kind of hold us in your home, and then the ancestors to hold us in their space also, and to everybody that is around here. Maybe for many of you it's a very bad time in the middle of the night or something, so acknowledging also this effort, you know, to be together and joining in this moment. So thank you very much to everybody. I would like to introduce about this work because there is a it's very hard connected to all the work we did in Meeting Oceania, and it's about being a whole, respecting the nature of something that is like us, not that we are above anything, just we are like us, you know, in all the shapes and forms that it takes. So it is being a work that is talking about collective intelligence. So there is no one who thought about something and the others follow or something like that. But we have been trying to work together, but as a collective intelligence, as I say, as a corpse that moves in an organic and natural way. So we didn't did votes, or we didn't follow one idea, but working in ideas of everyone, and learning the processes to build ideas and work on ideas together. Yeah, so this is one important part. The knowledge we are coming out here, this is why it doesn't really matter that I am the one who presented, or will be Mila, or will be someone else. It doesn't matter, because every and each one of the group people has been through the process that we have been together, and can explain the process with the different views, but still it will be the same process. We don't have any kind of contradictions of way of thinking, because we have been working like in kind of we did converged thinking and divergent thinking. We were trying to put ideas together and then open again and then closing again. So that was one of the characteristics we did. And of course, we have a non-anthropocentric and a view, ecofeminist also, than in the sense that we are not for ego, but for eco. So I will go forward with all these details, but it was just a kind of a mini summary. So the dialogues of the sensitive forest, which is the name of the book we are presenting now. It is we wanted to start with kind of a quote, and we were thinking which kind of quote we have to introduce here. So let me translate for you. We found the quote of a woman who has been like very polyphacetic, was an abbess, was physician, philosophist, naturalist, composer, poet, talking in poetry, and linguist from the Middle Age. So it was her name was Edelgarda de Bingen. It was German. And she said, I mean, all this kind of knowledge together, you know, like we are a group of like scientists and artists and everything. It is very good that someone who knows a bit of everything says these words, like, I am the breeze that nurtures all the green things. I am the rain that comes from the water that caused the love of the green with the joy of the life. I mean, it's just a sentence about unity, about being anything, not just human, but being part of everything, you know. So it's a bit like how we start to feel when we were thinking about what we wanted to do. So I was talking about collective intelligence, and the thing is, like, one thing we were talking about, we didn't know how the process was were going to finish, and we were asking everybody. This was a course in the university in Spain, in Spain, and the proposal, I was teaching this course, and the proposal was like, all this talk we had for months, please put it in a very short story. So we have one person who did this short story that is amazing to see how before the project was thought was like concrete. She did this video, and you will see later how it is exactly what we did later, you know. So this is the video, and we were talking about this thing about the ego. I don't want to have the ego. I want to be, if I was someone else, if I was in the shoes of a tree, a flower, water, if I was another different thing, how can I dialogue with the rest of the nature? Yeah. So this is the video. It's very short, 2 minutes video, no audio, so it's not wrong if you don't listen anything. And this is what she was doing. Can you see?
No, we can't see.
No, we can't.
Okay, I don't know why is I have to go. It is like it is not working the sharing. Let me share again. Okay, I see what is happening. Okay. This. Okay. Let me put it.
Ahora se ve, Celia.
Yeah, now is it.
Ahora sí.
Gracias.
Indícale que va sin sonido.
Ya le dije.
Ah, no.
So if you were what would you say to the forest? What did the forest say to you? So dialogues of the sensitive forest. Yeah, so let me go back to the presentation now. 1 minute, I need to stop sharing this and come back to sharing the other presentation. Yeah, okay, that's it. Yeah, so as you can see, there is very much connected with the things we were talking about in this course, you know, in the meeting Oceania course, because we were talking a lot about subtle languages and how can we talk or how can we communicate in a way not so anthropocentric, not so being human, thinking as a human, but just be with the nature. So we have a lot of talks and we were talking about that, and then how to work with the languages, and from the language we pass to the dialogues. Yeah, so let me explain a bit. We have here what is really this collective is very see if I cannot okay. Yeah, I need to change again, sorry, the sharing. Okay, sorry about, but it looks like I have to, every link I have to reshare the, okay. So the group is called PNEUMA. PNEUMA means all this life force that we have everywhere. Is the chi, is the lung, in many different cultures. There is something that is like life, vitality. So the name of the collective was PNEUMA. And we were very connected with this kind of breathing together and breathing with the nature. And we were doing, it's an international artivism collective committed to the service of nature and society as an artistic expression. That impulse to life is our mission, bringing people closer to nature with the aim of carrying out a thorough investigation between the existing connection languages between the two. The mission is generate common spaces through subtle languages as a processes of transcendent and collective healing. Yeah. So it's a collective that thought for the common good, to create a space where the public can intervene and break the passivity, because we were like on the middle of the pandemic. This is a work that we have been doing when we were closing up. We were having this course via internet, and then we were just so missing nature all the time that we were like really working for it, you know. So we have different interests, and we want to share the knowledge to create a space for change at the service of the society. And the project that we are doing, Sensitive Forest Dialogues, is the book we are presenting today. Yeah. So we diagnose the current situation of global and local socio-environmental crisis, how we call it like nature deficit disorder, because we really need feel like when you have lack of vitamins, lack of some kind of nutrients, we felt that we were lacking nature, connection with nature. So we call it nature deficit disorder. And there is an affective disconnection with our natural and social environment. So the immersion and reconnection with natural landscape, with ourselves and with our own nature, is the best way to restore this deficit of eco-empathy. From PNEUMA, we propose to generate processes of dialogue with nature through sound and vibration to investigate interconnection languages. And this modified or anthropocentric point of view, going from mere observers to recognizing ourselves as one more element of it. Yeah. So what we propose, the book, what it propose is maybe I'm going to change again the presentation, because this is no, I can't go. I'm going to change the order. So this is the book, and as you can see here, it's difficult to see the ego, what we call the ego center point, is when the man is in the middle, you know, and all the nature is on the service of the man. And then we call echo is when we are just a part of the nature. I know all of us, we are in this presentation, feel the same way, but sometimes we need to explain it, you know, to others. So I thought this kind of view or drawing is a way just to kind of put very clear where we are standing. So what was the plan? In order to ask the people to do, we went to different places, by the river, by the forest. Then when someone was in Malta and she was saying, oh, I don't have forest in Malta. I say, okay, don't worry, then we have dialogues with the sea, with the beach. Doesn't really matter. So we were creating these designs of different kind of, we were having animals, we were having trees, we were having elements. This is a wave of the sea. And you could choose, we offer this kind of stickers, and everyone were choosing who you want to be. I want to be away from the sea. I want to be a fox. I want to be whatever, a tree. I want to be a frog, whatever, you know. So the proposal, we went outside and we were meeting different groups. We were with a school of children with kind of disabilities, or we were just to the river and finding the people who were just playing in the river, or we went out with groups of friends. So there was this group who was doing yoga on the nature. So there were many people from different ages. And hello, Fred. We were people from different ages, from very 80 something to 3 or 4 years old. So all the people could choose who they wanted to become. So they did that. And then we asked, what if you are this was the main paper we were giving, handling to them, and the sticker. So the people took the sticker and say, like in this example, I want to be a butterfly. And then here there is what the butterfly will say to the forest. And they draw what they feel, what the butterfly say. And then they say, what the forest did tell to you. And this is the answer of the forest. So we were just gathering all this information and basically making the book out of that. So the book is just a compilation of all these dialogues that many different people were having with nature. And then we ask which were the words that you can describe in 4 words what was the experience. So actually it was very nice because it was a language that came from experience. It was not like a proper language articulated like in an oral way. It was more like expressivity, poetry. People were writing poetry, people were drawing, were whatever, you know. Everything was good to be. So I will come back to the book again, but just because I don't want to be changing screen all the time. So this was the book, and then the project was coming. This is the book, and then we have also another part of the group was doing dialogues with the sand. And there is people going to the beach and making dialogues. There were many designs that they were done in a collective way, and there were designs that were done like individual. For example, one of the group of my friends, they say, oh, I wanted to work on my sexuality and I was drawing vaginas. You can see down here. Yeah, I was drawing vaginas. Then when I got my process done, talking to the sun, then I went with other people and I was doing a collective draw. So that was very interesting how we have the idea of you can do individual dialogue with the sound in this case, or with the elements, or groupal talk, you know. So about talking about languages, that's very interesting. So there is also a very nice thinking that all the talk goes, like when we talk, it goes, finish. That was very ephemeral, and then the beach will come and eat all the talking that was done, as a part of nature, as a part as how things are. So there is some more designs of this project, and then we have another project which is called Mopping Revolution. We were talking about these paintings. In Japan there are these big brushes, how you say, to paint, that are the size of human body. So they work with them in a way that is like it's not the mind or it's not the hand who draws, but it's the whole body who draws. And we like very much the idea of drawing with a big thing that we actually is a mopa. I don't know how to say in English, a mop. Yeah, is this? We have in Spain is like a big brush, and the woman use it in general. I say the woman because in Spain it's mainly women who use this device. So we decided to use it not just to clean, but to express and to dialogue. So we have like express it as a part of meditation process, a part of expression process, a part of something like also interesting, see, calligraphy studies. We were talking with friends who were a mob. Thank you very much. We were talking to artists that they were talking in memory, historical memory, and they say we can write down in the floor the names of all the people who were passing away through the war or something like that in Berlin. So there were so many kind of ideas apart from this project that we want to kind of keep on going. It's just starting the project, this new project. And this also thing about ephemeral, the cleaning process that we all clean every day is a work, is an invisible work, but it's an invisible work that is in there. So it's kind of a way to manifest or to visualize the invisibility of woman's work or cleaning work or whatever you want, meditation or whatever you feel, you can use it in this process. Yeah. So this is a part of the works we are in, like an introduction to the group. We have this code bar QR code that we use it to bring you to the website where you can download this paper and do the project for yourself, have the experience yourself. And now I want to just change screen. 1 minute, sorry. Here, okay. So, yeah, so I want just to show you some images about the book. This is the first stickers we did. Yeah, you could see the clouds. So you can be the clouds, or you can be the tree, or whatever. We did in color. Then we decided to do it in another style, like black and white. And we did some for the forest, some for the sea. We don't have here the sea, but anyway, with the waves and animals from the sea. And this is what we were giving to the people. They could stick here the sticker, and then there is an open place round to become part of a womb, but to kind of protect the experience with the round frame. And then what do you say and what the forest said, and this is the instructions. Yeah, we ask also for the name and the age, just to get some idea of the process and be able to do a bit of a scientific study about. And this is the result of the scientific study. We got all the words that the people say, and we put it together and we sum how many. So the words that have been repeated most, they are bigger, and the small ones were the ones who were said less times, you know. So as you can see, by a just scientific point of view, you can clearly see that the experience is very positive, and it's an experience that the connection with nature, scientifically, we can demonstrate that is emotionally positive for the people, because they say freedom, love, joy, silence, life, happiness, change, respect, peace, thank you, harmony, tranquility, well-being, nature, light, alive, life, nature, forest. So we have this kind of like positive positive backup, you know, from most of the people on the experience. They had a very positive experience. This is what we say, that is a ecofeminist vision in the terms like we are and the same level of whatever is it, you know, in nature. And then thank you everybody. And then I wanted to show you another piece that I have to stop this again, and 1 minute, have to come back and change screen here. So this is it's not Catalina here. Well, she did on the small storytelling. We were asking the participants on the course to explain what was PNEUMA, but in a lift story. Means like you go from the ground floor, and on the third floor you have to explain what was PNEUMA to someone who just entered in the same lift as you. So I'm going to show this other small work. Very, very sweet and very nice. I will translate it because it's in... Okay. Yeah. So there is like, this is what Catalina did to explain what we were doing, you know. So she said, once upon a time, there was a feeling that was facing an infinite puzzle, a never-ending puzzle. And this was the puzzle, you know, all the things that she was like contamination, bad treatment to animals, gender violence, children violence, immigration, poverty, so many. We were working on what we wanted to arrange in the world, because we are a group of artivists that we have to decide what we wanted to do together and how we would like to change the world. So that was part of the discussion. And then this feeling was feeling alone and feeling very exhausted, and was thinking until remember an advice from the ancestors. And the advice was, when you are born in a world in which you don't fit, it's because you are born to help to create a new one, which I found is very nice. And in order to do that, needed new languages for this new world that is going to create. And in order to solve it, he recollected a bit of passion, nature, energy, union, movement, and love. And this is how PNEUMA was born. So this is it. And we say in Spanish, colorín colorado, this tale has finished. I don't know what is the how to say it in English. I'm sorry, but it's like happy ending, everything was finished. Something like that. So as you see, it's very nice, and we have a very nice, wonderful connection. between everybody, and we have this feeling we wanted to do something together, and we wanted to just go together for something and work on it and go for that. So basically we did it, and this is the book, the recollection of all the experience that all these people did. So before just using for Mila doesn't speak much English, so but she is here as, like, we are here like supporting each other. So I would like to just give the word to her, and if you don't mind, I will be translating what she says. Mila, les he dicho que voy a traducir todo lo que digas tú y te acabo de abrir palabra.
No sé a qué.
Sí, I don't know.
Bueno, buenas tardes.
So, good
Hola,
afternoon.
tardes aquí. No sé ahí qué horas son.
Yeah.
Bueno, si podemos hablar un poquito sería de la experiencia que hemos
We can
vivido
talk
con
a bit,
estos cursos en la UNED.
We can talk a bit about the experience we had in the experience we have in the courses of the university.
Donde, bueno, nos hemos juntado, como decíamos antes, un colectivo de inteligencia, ¿no? Cada persona.
Where we have been just joining our kind of intelligence to melt.
Cada persona venimos de sitios, ciudades diferentes, semiculturas diferentes.
Everybody come from different places and from different cultures.
O sea, yo soy gallega.
So I'm from Galicia.
Hay gente pues de Andalucía.
People from Andalusia.
De Castilla-La Mancha.
From Castilian in the middle of Spain.
Personas que están en Malta.
People that is
colaborado.
In
Malta, Barcelona. Entonces hemos pues reunido varias, Chiclana, muchos sitios, ¿no? Andalucía.
It's a small village in Andalucía, but they were with many people and very enthusiastic. So we have cells.
Sí.
So we have a cell in Chiclana, a cell in Barcelona.
Sí. Entonces, en esta experiencia de inteligencias colectivas, sí teníamos un sentir común, una unión.
In this experience of collective intelligence, we have a feeling, a common feeling, a way of feeling together.
En esa unión todos estábamos de acuerdo en el momento que se hizo todo esto, porque fue justo en la pandemia que nos cortaron un poco las salidas con el confinamiento.
So in this moment, there was everyone, we have exactly the same feeling because we were all in pandemia, in the lockdown, and we were cut from this feeling, and that was the strongest feeling we have together, and we were like very much in accordance of we wanted to do that.
Entonces, en ese momento nos tuvimos que colocar todas pues un poco con las tecnologías para unirnos.
So in this moment we have to put all together in right with technologies, because there was people who were not technological, they were just coming to the class like in presence, but we have to.
Exacto. Entonces, pues lo que hacíamos era reunirnos los sábados por la mañana.
So what we were doing is to be together Saturdays morning.
Uh-huh. Y lo que hacíamos era pues eso, conectarnos a las 9 de la mañana.
So what we would do was to connect together at 9 in the morning.
Y hacíamos diferentes procesos, del tipo de colocarnos sombreros diferentes, jugar con nuestra sensibilidad.
Many kind of different process, like for example, to put different hats and then be in different roles that connect with the sensibility of each one.
Entonces, bajo diferentes trabajos, porque hacíamos un poco todo tipo de trabajos, hacíamos cosas como escribir todos en un texto para conseguir.
So we were doing many different processes, and we doing processes like, for example, writing together in the same text, in the same page.
Entonces, siempre con mucho respeto y mucha unión.
So always with a lot of respect and a lot of union.
Conseguíamos llegar siempre a un punto común.
So we managed to get together to a common point.
Entonces, en ese punto común fueron surgiendo todas las ideas, dependiendo de los procesos, porque
In
fueron
this common
infinitos.
point, there were coming so many ideas in so many different processes.
Claro, entonces en esos procesos todos lo que surgió fue el que echábamos de menos, una vez te confinan, esa salida a la naturaleza.
So basically, we were very much together in this feeling like what we desperately needed is this process of going out to nature.
No comprendíamos cómo cuando la naturaleza te da tanto, te la quitan.
We couldn't believe in the fact that as nature gives so much to us, how we can be taken out of nature.
Cuando la naturaleza
When
para nosotros es vida.
When nature with us is life.
Entonces, buscamos la forma de que todo el mundo, aunque estuviese en su casa, tuviese un punto de unión con esa naturaleza.
So we were looking the way that everybody, when they were in their house, separate from each other, to give them the opportunity to have this connection with nature.
La forma de conectar, porque además, o sea, la mayor parte de las personas estaban ubicadas en pisos, casas pequeñas.
So most of the people, they were locked down in a very small, tiny houses.
Entonces, era como una forma de poder salirse un poco de esa rutina de estar siempre viendo las mismas paredes, las mismas
So it was a way of
habitaciones.
going out of the routine of being closed down in the same walls, in the same. We did even sorry, I am just putting in the middle. We were, for example, a Saturday, we were just cleaning walls on the house, all together connected, and one of the processes. And we were just looking at the wall and cleaning the wall, just to talk to the wall, you know. So there were many, many, many. Estoy diciéndoles que hicimos lo de la limpieza de muros, de paredes también,
Sí.
que hablamos también con las paredes.
Ya te entendí. Hay cosas que entiendo en inglés, no todas, pero sí. Entonces, en todo este proceso, lo que más nos conectaba siempre, pues aparte de la naturaleza, era el sentir común de
So in this process, on top of having this connection with nature, there was a strong connection between us. It's a common feeling that gave us a lot of energy. Sorry. Sigue,
Sí.
Mila, sigue.
Bueno, pues eso, una energía de unión muy fuerte
So with this union energy very, very strong.
en la cual queríamos, pues eso, que la gente participara. Y entonces,
In which we wanted to share with people that energy also.
en cuanto sí nos dejaron salir un poquito,
So as soon as we get a little bit of opportunity of going out,
sí, conseguimos llegar a algún parque, encontrábamos 3, 4, 5 personas,
we
porque la
managed to
gente
reach the park and find 4 or 5 people.
tenía mucho miedo todavía a
We
salir.
were very scared to go out.
Entonces le hacíamos compartir la experiencia,
So we asked them to share the experience.
conectarse con nosotros, y entonces pues le ofrecíamos las pegatinas, lo que hemos hablado antes,
Stickers and the papers and all this.
con lo cual pues todo el mundo estaba agradecido porque llevábamos
So everybody was very thankful
mucho tiempo sin jugar.
because we have been a lot of time without playing. Playing was
Claro.
another thing that we work a lot in the course.
Claro.
As you all know, we all like to play.
Conseguimos también pues llevarlo a colegios donde hay niños con especiales sensibilidades.
So we managed to bring it also to schools with children with special sensibilities.
Que les gustó muchísimo conectar, se llevaron a una zona de mar.
To connect it, and they were going to a seaside.
Intentamos que la gente conectara también desde su casa.
We try to make people connecting also from the house.
Porque hubo gente pues, que tardó muchísimo, incluso un año en salir de su casa.
It was people who took even a year to go out of the house.
Entonces, pues en esto participaron niños pequeños desde 3, 4 añitos
So there were children from 3, 4 years
hasta personas de 80 años,
to
80
people of 80 plus, yeah.
y fue una experiencia pues muy enriquecedora,
And was a very enriching experience.
viendo cómo la gente sacaba su parte artística,
Looking how people was going out their artistic part.
porque cada persona
Because
pues ya no
everyone,
solo dibujaba
not just design,
o comentaba un poco
just
la
talk about
experiencia,
the
sino
experience,
que también hacía poesía,
but also were doing poetry.
sacaba un poco sus sentimientos
They take out their feelings, you know,
y lo más gratificante
and it was very, very gratifying.
era que realmente cuando pedíamos las palabras clave con las cuales hicimos el árbol,
Then when we asked for the keywords, which ones I did, we did the 3.
lo más precioso es que encontraban tranquilidad.
The most beautiful was that they find tranquility, restness.
Teniendo en cuenta que esos momentos eran de mucho miedo, mucho
So
pánico,
it was interesting to know that there were moments of very panic, many fears, a lot of panic, and
sí, vivíamos situaciones un poco
we are living situations
a comunes, ¿no?
that they were not common for everyone.
Entonces, pues era nuestro granito de arena
So that
para,
was our piece of sand or grain of sand
para poder salir un poco de
to be able
ese,
to
de ese miedo, ¿no?
go out of
De
this
ese encierro.
fear or this lockdown or this closed down or whatever. Yeah, was a point to open up. Yeah, and then
Bueno, y ahí surgió todo esto, ¿no? Un poco.
so this was how it was. These things going.
Que vimos tanto arte y tantas cosas bonitas que decía la gente,
We saw so much art and very beautiful things that the people said.
que decidimos que eso era para que la gente lo experimentara, lo viera y lo
So
sintiera.
we decided that these people has to look at it and feel it and
Reflejar pues esa arte, esas emociones, que la gente, esa conexión que tenía la
to
gente con la
reflect
naturaleza.
the connection of the nature from the people, to be able to show it, you know, to go for it, yeah.
Y que nos gusta también y creo que es una labor muy bonita para seguir compartiendo y seguir haciendo
And
proyectos.
she says that it's a very beautiful thing to keep on going, sharing and keep on doing and all this. I don't have now, I needed to go someone else, it was my fault, the book here, but maybe Mila has it.
Ok, lo cojo yo.
Vale, gracias. So she's going to bring us the book, and then you will see this also at the end. This is the QR, but you can find it in the.
Okay.
Yeah,
No
this
sé
is. Yeah, it's a very beautiful
¿Se
book.
ve?
And it's, sí, muy bien.
¿Se ve?
Sí,
Ok.
ábrelo un poquillo. So this is the book, and then yeah, of course there is
¿Se ve?
yeah. Muy bien.
Ok, se ve, a ver,
Más o menos.
a ver.
Eso es por el fondo, porque tienes
Sí.
el fondo.
Ok, ahí.
Muy cerca de ti.
Ah, sí.
Very good. Y ponle uno de las primeras o de las últimas páginas. So we did a full color book in a different shape, which is not standard measures, you
Sí.
know.
Es que hay verdaderos dibujos.
Because it is deserved, you know, the people like it.
Y teniendo en cuenta las edades de las personas, porque hay personas muy mayores que se han vuelto niños dibujando.
There is that when you see the ages of the people, you see people very old that come back to become children.
Incluso personas con Alzheimer.
And people with Alzheimer that expresses a lot of things.
Y bueno, y cosas pues muy singulares, ¿no? De palabras,
And then very
de cosas
singular.
expresadas. No sé si
Eso no
se
se
ve.
ve casi, Mila. Yeah. There is some, what is she saying is some people who has writing and painting at the same time.
Y
Yeah,
después también forma parte alguna foto,
and
no
then
sé si
we
se
have
ve,
some photos
de
of
los
the
espacios
process,
compartidos.
of the shared spaces.
¿Se ve bien?
Más o menos, sí. Se ve
A
poquito.
ver si lo pongo para acá.
Sí,
Se ve mejor.
más o menos, sí.
De donde pues hemos compartido la experiencia y sacábamos fotos de los
Where we
lugares,
were sharing the
la
experience,
gente colaborando.
photos of people collaborating, and then
Ajá.
also we have a small introduction of all the artivism theory, because we work a lot on theory for months, I think, and everybody was quite nervous, like, let's go into action. And I was, no, wait, first we do a lot of theory, and then, no, we need to do things wait, first we need to get together, so first we have the name, but we didn't know what to do with the name. It was the dialogues with the sensitive forest, but we didn't know how it was as you saw the video. And then we work on the mission, but we didn't know what we were going to say. But when we start to do things, we have all this work together done before, which is the same feeling, one feeling together, and then this. We were very excited the Saturdays, and then we started 9. We were supposed to finish at 2, but it was impossible to finish at 2. It was so much excitement. So we finished at 3 or at 4. It was some days even 5, and then we closed. Now we need to stop, and next Saturday we keep on going. And then everybody was so happy. I mean, we have happy Saturdays of lockdown, very happy Saturdays of lockdown, and that was very important also. I was very happy. And now there is not many other people from the group, but they all say the same in any presentation, how happy they were on Saturday, because it was exciting, and we want to do, and yes, let's do, and this feeling of togetherness, and it was nice, very, very nice. So I see Catalina is not coming yet, but we can open. ¿Abrimos palabra o quieres contar algo más, Mila?
No, bueno, en principio así. También comentarte que le he dicho a una compañera si se podía unir, ella sí sabe inglés, para que... pero bueno.
We asked someone else to join, and this someone else knows English, but ¿dónde está? ¿No está?
Sí, Rosa.
No está.
No, ok. No habrá podido unirse. Yo le he enviado para si se podía unir.
No está.
Ok. Me ha dicho que va, o sea que está... Bueno, si no se puede unir, nada.
No se
Catalina,
oye, pero no está.
bueno, Catalina, que llegaba tarde.
Bueno, vamos a abrir preguntas y respuestas. Si se ve, está bien. Sorry, we are talking in Spanish. Because she's saying to me that someone else, a friend of her, was supposed to join, but she's not joining. And Catalina, which is a colleague from PNEUMA, she was running home, but she didn't join yet. And then we would like just to open for questions or wherever you want to share, and then that's it.
Thank you. That was a beautiful presentation and so resonant with the work that we've been doing with Meeting of the Waters. And, it just makes me feel so excited that all over the world there seems to be something building in this sort of relationship between nature, art and science. It's sort of like it's just really feels like there's all these little communities that are making connections and threading to each other. And thank you so much for bringing that to our little water play group. It's fantastic. How many? I do have one question, and then I'll hand over to everyone else. How many people participated from the community over the stage where you were collecting the stories? Because it's obvious you collected lots. I'd love to know how many. And
yes, well, I didn't count it, but it should be around 200.
Wow.
Around. can be 180. I remember 180 something number, but then was something else missing. So probably around 200. We were over 20 in the course. And then, yeah, 200. Thank you. Valerie, is it Valerie?
That's great.
Yes, I felt very much connected with this group, with Meeting Oceania. And I know that in this group, I don't need to explain much because we already have the same feeling. So I feel so much the connection between the work we were doing and the things we were doing here that is like obvious. So I explain, but obviously is over explaining because we have the same feeling all. I have no doubt.
Yeah, definitely. It's lovely that that now after the course we're starting to slowly share everyone's sharing their work and bringing that. It's really sort of building as a collective as well. So, but just really beautiful what you were saying too about every Saturday that it started and you were like 1 o'clock and that but like because people were passionate, had
Yes.
passion for the project. Yeah, really beautiful.
Mm.
I'm going to turn my mic off now and would love other people to give feedback and some questions for the team.
Mm.
Hi, this is Gita.
Hi.
So thank you very much for a very interesting presentation. It was really nice to hear that kids from the age of 4 and grandmothers or grandfathers from the age of 80 all took part in this project. So I was wondering, how do you think you might progress with this work? Do you have any thoughts for future work with your activism or with the projects?
Yes, we are thinking about all that, because yes, this project, we saw that as soon as teachers hear about, they all wanted to download the papers and do the experience with the children and all this. So we are thinking about to kind of gather together again and prepare kind of a workshop or something like that for children or schools that includes this experience, but from the same point of view, just being part of someone else and how you connect with nature and all this and do different activities. And then maybe like do these workshops on schools. Because for now, this is kind of open and everybody can do everywhere. But we were thinking that it could be progressing in that way of schools because we saw like mainly teachers of all ages they just were loving the opportunity to do the experience. Yes, it was like very expansive process, in the terms of like when people hear about, get excited, they want to do it and they wanted to do it more, and then they have another teacher that also want to do it. So we think about that. For now, it's like kind of open. Now we did it, you know what is it, how it works, and then you have your papers. You can download it from the website and work on it. And if you want to share it with us, most welcome, because we will be collecting also this work, of course.
Yeah.
And then,
sorry, go ahead.
no, that's it. It's open.
I was
It is
just
open.
yeah.
I'm thinking about the next steps, but more like open and hearing about what is like working and who gets excited with that and all this.
Yeah, I also like the idea of healing the earth and the way people drew on the sand, all these different symbols, and how and on one of the photos the waves were coming and washing away the drawing. So it was really like a collaboration with the sea as well. So
Exactly.
yeah, so it was really nice seeing that and listening. And did you write any poetry as well? Because sometimes I write poetry in the voice of a tree or something, because you said you talked about stories. So was it just prose, or did people write poetry as well?
Well, we have many. It was a challenge, you know. So it was like, okay, for next Saturday, you have all to bring your story. And, or sometimes say, you don't know much about technology, then you have to do a video, an audio. And so like a challenge, you know, every time was, if there was something missing, like for example, it was people with difficulty to technology, then I will challenge them. Now you have to do video, or you have to do, and I will give the websites like this was Genially, or some kind of things they can do it easily, but they can express themselves. So we have incredible videos of foxes and connecting foxes with hunt and woman, fantastic. And we have videos, Mila did something with a worm. O, no, era con un gusanito, lo que decías tú, Mila.
Hormiga.
Was an ant. So
Hormiga.
with the ant, I don't know. And then there was Bea, three people who did audio with the ancestors and healing with the ancestors and healing with the language, and it became a very poetic audio in different languages, because she connect with the ancient Mexican roots and with the French when she was immigrating in another place. And so it was all these mixed languages, but very poetical, everything, and very beautiful. We did a process of healing ourselves also, you know, in order, and from this healing, from the healing going to the world, to say.
Yeah.
So yes, and they discovered many things. They wrote a letter to the ancestors. They wrote letter to the descendants. You know, so it was many work done. Yes, I mean, the book, but in the middle was like big, huge process. Yes.
Yeah, it really sounds wonderful and very layered, having all these videos, because from your talk I didn't realize you had a video of an ant or a video of a fox. So
yes, so many. I mean, it's just not to bore you. If I can
really wonderful. Thanks.
share them, but I don't want to kind of like going through all the works we did, and we draw together in the same page in internet. We write together. Like, you don't know what is like, I don't know, 15 people writing in the same page, you know. So now let's write about problems, or solutions, you know. So there was very, I mean, the most interesting thing was the process we did together as a collective intelligence, because actually we don't feel, it was a moment in one of the courses that we were part of a festival in UK. Some of the people didn't speak English. We were part of the festival, and the festival was quite demanding. Sometimes we have to present things for tomorrow, and we cannot meet because we only meet on Saturday. So then we develop ways of deciding, okay, the first one who arrives, the first one who makes decision. And everybody was in accordance with that, you know. So, I mean, the only thing I can assure is never being a democratic decision. It was an organic decision, and that was very interesting because it feels more complete, I have to say. Everybody has their own heart, and we collective join the heart. So we want to do together all this, but it's not like, oh, all together you have to agree. No, it's like, let's go. You know, you don't ask the river if he can move this way or no. You move with the river, you play with the river, you know. Exactly. Mila, ¿quieres decir algo al respecto?
No, lo de la chispa, ¿no?
Oh, yes. We only need one word. You see, now I can tell the story. She say one word and then I explain. It's a bit like that. The thing is, like, when we decided what exactly we want to take out of the project, you know, how we want the project to be, which color, which way, you know. And then finally it was one person who said, and everybody jumped, you know. We wanted the spark. We wanted a project with a spark. that the spark will join everybody, will touch everybody. So she said, yeah, the spark. I say, yes, I know, the spark. And that was kind of a key word for the group, you know, kind of like a thermometer, you know, this thing, it has a spark or it doesn't have a spark. Yes, no. So that was, yes, very nice.
It's really inspiring. I'm very happy to discover all these projects, new projects I didn't know. And I have the feeling that we are learning like a universal language altogether, because we let nature speak through us. And at the end, the universal language of nature gives us the ability all together. I am French, you are Spanish, you are English, you are Greek, to join together and talk together and understand each other, because we reflect on the language of nature, which is, I feel, really, really beautiful. And well, it's absolutely a marvelous moment we are living right now, I think. Yes.
Yes, I agree. The language is very important, and to think the language in another way. Not to think the language like we have to talk like that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, as I say, the spark, and it was the spark, and you can feel it. It's a spark. You see, sparking everybody when you say just the word, like it's just, and you can say many words, but it's no need, you know.
Yeah, I think this pandemic made a lot of people realize that the connection with nature is a connection with the self, and you cannot get a connection with yourself and with other people unless you get this connection. You feel nature, or you feel a tree, or you feel the sea, or the ocean, or the wind, or an ant crawling. So if you can put yourself in an ant crawling, then you can put yourself in another person, you know, really easily. So it's this collective intelligence that you're talking about. So really, really nice.
It's such a beautiful project, and it has such wonderful growth with the community. It's yeah, very inspiring. And I like that you said that you had the spark because you had all the other elements, you just needed the fire. So yeah, very inspiring. I can't wait to get on the website and have a look.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Sue. Yes, it was like that. I mean, it's not my project. I feel it's 100% mine, but I'm no Mila feel it's 100% her, and like that. Likewise, you know, it doesn't matter. I'm not here. I mean, I'm here because I'm the connection at the moment, you know. But it could have been Mila alone. She can explain it. It doesn't matter. Anyone who comes. Sometimes we do presentations, of course, online when we present the book, you know. We do online and physical, you know. So anyone can. We don't know who is going to pop in and be part of the presentation. It doesn't really matter. We are going to say kind of like the same with different words, different feelings, you know, but we have been through the same process so much that is so beautiful. Doesn't matter who present the work here. Hive mind, exactly. Yeah.
I also like that because a lot of time you spend that time thinking about maybe how you would feel the forest as a butterfly or as something, but you don't normally ask the second question. And I think the second question is really important because everyone takes away from nature such a different experience and have such a different heartfelt, the way it touches them is different in each person, but then you're taking on the persona of something else as well. So you have to think outside yourself too. It's yeah, really interesting.
Yeah, I was very at the beginning. It was a moment at the beginning mainly. I was very grateful. I am very grateful to all the group because I know it was very challenging. Because as I was very sure that about this intelligence collective process, suddenly we were working, and then some people will come with a very nice idea. As soon as they come with a very nice idea, I have to cut. No possible, because it will be the idea of one person who want to drag the others to support their idea, you know. So I didn't want that, you know. It was very hard for everybody who was very excited and wanted to do if we do this, I said no. If we do that, no, because everything was coming from the ego, no bad ego, just a person who want to do things. But the main idea was to work together. So the idea has to come from the group, not from one person. Once we are feeling the same, any idea is good. I don't know how to say. Someone say PNEUMA, and everybody say okay. But everybody, then we have to learn to let go our own ideas, and we have to let go also the idea of not appropriating the other's idea. We have to learn how to use other people's idea and make it feel its own. I don't know if I explain. My English is being a bit crappy.
We belong to
No,
ideas.
look.
So it's like I have one idea. No. And then sometimes I say, okay, everybody has one idea. Then you take the idea of the other and move it. And then you take this idea and move it again. So they get like everybody, the one who loses the idea is like, was mine. And the one who is getting the new idea is like, how can I respect that, you know, because it's not mine? And how can I twist it without? And there are so many internal feelings and emotions that were complicated in a moment, you know. But thanks to the trust of everybody on the process, it worked wonderful. But it was a process, you know.
Celia, un inciso. Es un poco por eso que salió PNEUMA, ¿no? Que es un respirar común.
Yeah, she said is why the PNEUMA name came, because it's a common breathing.
And also you had the common good of the group
Yes.
over the individual. And I think in a group, if everyone understands that and it's the common good that comes first, then it doesn't matter whose idea it is.
Exactly.
All it matters if the idea has a spark, and no one owns the idea, because we are not the first to get ideas. We build on the shoulders of the people who have gone before us. So no, you there's no original ideas anymore. So,
No,
yeah.
that's why we were, but it was this process, like the idea of the other, you know. Sometimes even we did like physical things, you know, and the other has to move it, and then how come I'm going to undo what the other did? But you have to, and then it's like breaking limits, you know. Look, Mila is laughing because she remembers how. No.
De hecho, a ver, como no nos conocíamos personalmente, hay muchas personas que todavía no nos conocemos físicamente, ¿no?
There is in fact, we didn't meet each other physically, many of us. We don't know physically each other, you know. It was just like online.
Conseguimos compartir esa energía común sin conocernos físicamente.
We managed to share this common energy without really meeting personally.
Remembers me of the bacteria horizontal gene transfer, when bacteria exchange bits of DNA, and then it's an evolution of the whole bacteria. It's totally horizontal, and it's like this, you know. It's in nature. Yeah.
Dice que es como la naturaleza, que son bacterias que cambian el DNA en modo horizontal.
Sí. Yes.
Does anyone else have any comments or anything else they'd like to add to the conversation?
I can understand why you looked forward to Saturdays. So much personal growth, and would have been amazing. Just even that experience of having to think with no ego is interesting. But then to also create that growth with technology and just skills as well with using different aspects of art. Yeah, it would have been a fun experience.
Yeah. It was very nice. I mean, I used to tell people during lockdown, I tell people just, please call me Saturday afternoon because I will be super happy. So if you call me any other day, you are a bit gloomy, all everyday life, problems, whatever, say, please call me a Saturday afternoon. And Saturday afternoon, I was like, yeah, wow, everything, world is fantastic, all is good.
Pero era algo común que nos pasaba a todas.
Yeah, she said, yes, it was common. It didn't happen to me. It happened to everyone in the course. It was everyone. It was like, sorry, I need to hang out. I have been like hours teaching and I cannot keep on going more. Next Saturday we meet.
Claro.
But
Nos conectábamos a las 9, terminábamos a las 2, supuestamente, pero había veces que incluso se alargaba hasta las 3.
Yes, sometimes 3, 3 o'clock. I mean, but
no queríamos irnos.
We didn't want to go. No one wanted to go. It was like attachment to go from the course. It was very nice. So this is it. I'm very grateful to everybody for listening to us because we really have this energy, the happiness, and it's very nice to share, to know with someone that that understands what we are doing. So thank you very much, everybody.
Oh, thank you so much for bringing the project and sharing with us. And yeah, it was worth getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning for.
Thank you. I'm so sorry for the time.
No, that's, as I said in the email, if we get people who want to present, then it's what time suits you in your time zone. I think that way we can be sort of a sharing collective as well. Yeah, but no, totally worth it. Now I might go back and finish my coffee in bed.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. Thank you so much. Lovely to meet you, Mila, and thank you so much, Celia, for bringing your fantastic project, and thanks everybody for joining. And if everybody's okay, I will share this recording on the Meeting Oceania YouTube channel. Is that okay? All right.
Yes, please.
Perfect. I'll do that in the next little while, probably on the weekend.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It was really interesting hearing your presentation and your work and the different layers and your joy at nature. Really uplifting. Thank you.
Thank you, Gita.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Gracias.
Gracias.
Chao.
Bye.
Celia.